to the very first performance of the Sola Fide Academy Drama Club. You have probably heard of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs before. We have an interesting take on that scenario. Instead of having the seven dwarfs, we have some forest dwellers. And they're going to be showing you a few different versions of what really happened with Snow White. So, without any further ado, I present to you Snow White and the Seven Endings.
What a nice day for a picnic. The sun is shining up above, birds singing in the trees. So charming.
I could go for something more active, like playing chase.
Nay, one game of chase was ample.
Seriously, Indiana Jones? I know it's your signature style, but even I know it's not necessary to bring a whip to a picnic.
Where did you say you got that whip again? Hey guys, wait for me! Clumsy, no! Do you see that? Clumsy was trying to do me in.
I wasn't trying to do that, Scarlet. I promise. Are there odious exploits afoot? Diana Daring will come to your aid. Your name's just Daring. I know, but it sounds better when I add Diana to it. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I just tripped, that's all.
Thou doth agree that wasn't what Grimly intended when she proposed a trip to the woods.
Definitely not, Clucky. We should probably get this mess cleaned up before the spiders and snakes show up.
Snakes? I hate snakes.
Know what this reminds me of?
What does it remind you of, Twinkle Toes?
Snow White, the most beautiful, graceful princess I have ever met. She's the only princess you've ever met. Still, she was lovely, wasn't she?
The maiden was trouble is what she was.
She sure did make a mess of things.
But it was exciting to have her around.
And dramatic.
What about the multiple attempted murders?
I'd say it was more of an extended dream-filled sleep.
Are you kidding me?
I think it's safe to say we each remember the whole Snow White story a little bit. Why don't you all have a seat and I'll remind you of how it all happened. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Snow White.
Good morning, world. It is I, Snow White.
Snow White was very kind and a friend to all the birds, animals, and creatures of the forest.
Hello there, Mr. Fox. Your feathers are looking quite lovely today, Mrs. Bird.
But not everyone was so enchanted as Snow White.
Why is my stepdaughter Snow White talking to animals? It's absurd. Does she actually think the animals are going to talk back?
I didn't tell you.
But there is something you can tell me, isn't there, Mirror?
Not this again.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Though you have the crown and have the look that thrill, Snow White is the best of them all. Still.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
You know what it costs us right to do the same thing over and over again and expect to do with us?
Don't tell me.
Crazy!
The evil queen was furious. She wanted to be the fairest of them all, and she would stop at nothing to make sure of it.
Get me the huntsman.
I'm a mirror, not a megaphone.
You'll be in a million pieces if you don't do as I say.
In that case, Huntsman,
dead. That's not very nice.
The huntsman couldn't do it.
I can't do it. Oh, thank goodness. If you say so.
A short while later, Snow White came upon a little cottage.
What a nice little cottage.
The cottage was owned by the 7 poor souls who just happened to be coming home from work. Hidey ho, it's home from work we go. We've done our best, now it's time to rest. Hidey ho, hidey ho, hidey ho, hidey ho.
Oh, hello there. It is I, Snow White.
Ooh, that was a surprise guest.
What did you say your name was again? It is I, Snow White.
Snow White, it just sort of trips your tongue, doesn't it?
What brings you so far into the woods, Snow White? A taste for adventure?
Actually, my stepmother, who is also an evil queen, possesses magical powers and uses them in evil ways, is trying to kill me.
The princess is in need of protection from a potential pitfall.
Then we'll help her hide. Come with me. Snow White was safely tucked inside the cottage. But she couldn't hide The next day, after the 4 sailors had gone to work, the evil queen found her way into the forest. Only now, she was disguised as an ugly old hag.
Who are you calling an ass?
Oh, hello there. It is I, Snow White.
Yeah, we all know who you are.
You do?
I mean, no, never seen you before in my life. Nice to meet you. Want an apple?
Snow White was hungry.
Don't mind if I do.
The apple was poisoned.
I don't feel so good.
Ha 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 ha! Now be the fairest in the land! Just as soon as the spell wears off.
Just then, the 7 poor souls returned home from work. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's home from work we go. We've done our best, now it's time to rest.
Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Oh, no!
Snow White's been murdered in the forest with the apple.
Does we know she's been murdered? Perchance it's all just a trick.
Step aside, Diana daring assess the situation.
She's only sleeping.
How do you know?
That's how.
Luckily, a charming young prince just happened to walk by.
French?
No, not really.
Who is this lovely maiden and what have you done to her?
We didn't do anything. We found her like this. I promise.
She's been cursed by the evil queen.
Well, everyone knows there's just one way to break a curse.
Whoa. Take it easy, Buster. You can blow her a kiss from there.
It is I, Snow White, and who are you?
And they all lived happily ever after. And that's the story of Snow White.
I'm pretty sure it didn't happen that way at all. Oh yeah? Then how did it happen? I'll tell you right now. I call this story Snow Alone Lost in the Woods.
magical powers and uses them in evil ways is trying to kill me. Oh no, we've got to help her. You can stay with us, Snow White. We'll help hide you from the evil queen.
Thank you. But how will we protect this princess from a potential pitfall?
Perchance we could cause some mischief to halt her in her tracks.
I know. We could stack some log over here and roll a large board to the top. Then use a fishing wire, except a lot of tripwire, which when the evil queen sets off and arrives would cause the board to come crashing down.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Oh,
Perchance we could sprinkle a love potion on the evil queen to distract her from harming Snow White.
That's a great idea, Plucky, but I doubt it would work.
I have an idea. Clumsy's ideas always end up with someone horribly injured. Or worse.
Let's hear him out.
I was thinking we could set up a few simple traps. We could drop some small stones over here for the evil queen to trip on. Or we could coat the front steps in tar. We could swing a bag of birdseed or use a torch to heat up the doorknob. Maybe one of us could be hiding on the side of the cottage with a shovel, knock her out cold.
I think we can all agree that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, sorry, Clumsy, but I don't want anyone to get hurt. Then thou shouldst venture far, far away from Clumsy.
Don't worry about me. I don't think there's any way the evil queen will find me here in the woods. Just go back to the normal. I'll be fine. Yeah, I suppose we should be getting back to work now.
but we haven't eaten yet.
Sorry, but our lunch hour is almost over already. I'll just head back inside the cottage and make myself at home. Then I guess it's back to work we go.
I don't care what the others say. My plan is a good one, and I'll do anything to protect Snow White from the evil queen. Some stones to trip her up. Some tar to make sure she sticks around. I don't want there to be any seeds of doubt. My plan is good. Knock it out of the park.
Snow White, no, wherever you are.
That must be the evil queen in disguise. Time to put my plan in motion.
Someone really ought to clear this path. These stones are a trip hazard. And what's this mess all over the front steps? Hi there, can I help you? I come to see if you like an apple, but I notice you have quite a mess on your front steps. How odd. Looks like tartar meat, so I'd be careful if I were you.
I will, thank you.
How can this be? The evil queen has avoided all my traps. I'm nervous.
That's not how it happened at all.
Oh yeah? Then tell us what did happen.
With pleasure. I call this story The Perilous Plight of Miss Snow White. It was like Hermia said. Snow White was safely tucked away inside the cottage, but she couldn't hide from the evil queen for very long. The evil queen, now in disguise, had somehow managed to find her way through the forest and right to the doorstep of the cottage.
Snow White won't be able to escape my clutches for long.
Oh, hello there. Who are you?
My name? Right. It's, Vicky. Vicky Villain. Yeah, that's right.
Say, Vicky, you look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere? Could it be, would Snow White unmask her sinister stepmother?
I don't think so.
You look a lot like my stepmother, the evil queen.
Does your stepmother have a mustache?
No, she doesn't.
Then she can't be me. I mean, she can't possibly look like me. You see, I have a mustache.
Of course, you're right. My mistake. My name is Snow White.
Pleasure to trick you, Snow White.
What is going on? I have a pie baking in the oven, you know. It looks like Snow White is going to be tied up for a while.
Your days as the fairest in the land are numbered, Snow White.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you're...
It is I, the evil queen.
No, it can't be.
My disguise fooled you, didn't it, Snow White?
Of course. I mean that mustache. Pure genius.
Evil genius is more like it. Now, where's the good old-fashioned train tracks when you need them?
And as the evil queen desperately looked for some train tracks to tie her victim to, Snow White's cry for help rang out over the forest. Help! Someone help me!
Can it, will ya?
Why don't you make me?
Don't mind if I do. There, that's better.
Luckily, Snow White's call for help had been heard, and the hero was right around the corner.
And I'll call her a friend.
Do not fear, Diana Daring is here. I thought your name was just Daring. Yeah, but it sounds better when I add Diana to it. Uncan her, evil queen.
You can't stop me. I'll never rest until I'm the fairest in the land.
Hey, Queenie. Haven't you noticed what a beautiful day it is? I just love how bright and shiny it is today.
Stop it, Mary. You're blinding me.
Where are you going, Queenie? Was it something I said?
Ah!
Diana Daring has defeated evil once again. My hero. What just happened? And that's the story of Snow White.
Nay, thou hast made a great error in telling of this tale.
Fine, then you tell us how it happened, Fluffy.
It would be my honor. I now present A Mid Snow White's Dream. The evil queen crept through the forest in great disguise as an old hag, intent on ensuring Snow White's demise.
Ere this day is through, I shall put an end to Snow White once and for all.
Unbeknownst to the treacherous queen, one impish dweller of the forest had fled the toils of labor in order to cause some mischief. It appears the evil queen has made her way to our doorstep. I shall not allow her to leave without a few unwelcome surprises.
Good morrow, kind gentleman. What doth bring thee to my doorstep on this fine day? I don't have a gift for you, fair maiden. Forsooth, what a kind gesture! I shall taste its sweet slights anon. Ha ha ha! Thine apple is not as it seems.
Thine apple is poison.
To sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. When this sleep of death, the dreams may come.
But the evil queen did not journey alone to yonder cottage in the woods.
Hark! 'Tis I, thou mirror, come forth to aid on thy quest for beauty supreme.
I shall use yon mirror to carry out my mischievous aims.
Thou comest just in time, kind mirror. I'm in need of thine assistance.
Ask of me what you will, my liege.
Very well. To be or not to be the fairest in the land? That is the question, mirror.
What ugly sights of death is in mine eyes.
Did thou just callest me ugly?
And since thou cannot seize yourself, so there, I, your glass, will modestly discover of what ye yet not know.
What does that even mean?
Who knows? It's from Shakespeare. Just go with it.
A little magic is the surest way to ensure the mirror's answer is
They young bewitch, not only are thou not fair, that has the horse's head.
Well, that wasn't very nice, eh?
That is only to gaze in my tempered glass that all I said is true.
Ah! What if I think Billy I see before me?
Was it something I said it?
the evil queen's cries carried on the wind to a nearby prince.
Call for a prince?
Everyone knows a prince loveth nothing more than his own reflection.
Is my heart broke till now? For swear sight I haven't seen true beauty till this night.
What fools these mortals be?
Come hither, show me beauty.
Now all that's left to do this night is to make what once was wrong once more right.
What doth happen?
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, as these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream.
Works for me.
So ends the tale of the fair maiden Snow White.
And you actually expect us to believe that?
Doth thou have a different tale to tell?
It just so happens I did. And it's called, And Then There Were Seven. It was a dark and stormy night. When a mysterious figure in black appeared at the cottage in the woods, her identity concealed, her motives deadly. The forest dwellers were on the way home from work, unaware of the gruesome sight they would find at their own front door.
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go. We've done our best, now it's time to rest. Hi-ho,
Oh.
It's Snow White. She's
Dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
But who could have performed such an unspeakable tragedy?
There's no one else here.
Unless it was one of us. Was it you, or you, or you, or...
It wasn't any of us. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
And how can you be so sure?
Because we were all at work, together.
Unless one of us slipped away unnoticed.
It wasn't me.
Come to think of it, Darren did take an awfully long lunch.
I swear, I didn't do it.
And she didn't come close to filling her quota for the day.
I'm innocent. I tell you, innocent.
The gentlewoman doth protest too much.
No, it wasn't Darren.
Then who was it?
To find the killer, we must first determine the weapon. Maybe Snow White tripped over this stick and hit her head.
No one is that clumsy, except you.
Maybe a poisonous snake jumped out of the grass over there and bit her.
Snakes? Why did it have to be snakes?
Snow White wasn't bitten by snakes, Indiana.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Snow White's killer was much more cunning than that. I do believe the weapon at large was something more commonplace, something hidden in plain sight.
The ribbon around her waist. Perhaps it was tied too tight. There's nothing worse than a tight ribbon, I assure you.
Hark, she has her hair combs been poisoned.
It wasn't the ribbon or the comb.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
What's that old saying? An apple a day keeps the killer away. I'm pretty sure it was a doctor, not a killer. The killer appeared at the cottage and offered Snow White a snack. Snow White, being so kind, could not refuse the offer and took the apple.
Then what?
Then she took a bite. But the apple was poisoned.
Dun, dun, dun.
Snow White fell to the ground. The apple rolled out of her hand.
But who brought us the apple?
Oh, that was easy. It was none other than, it was I, the evil queen. And my plan worked. With Snow White out of the way, I'm now the fairest in the land. There's only one problem with your plan, Queenie. And what's that? Snow White isn't dead. Dun, dun, dun! Isn't dead? What do you mean? All she needs is Trudeau's kiss and she will wake.
to talk to my mirror. Where you're going, there won't be any mirrors, only prison bars. And that concludes the mystery of Snow White. Or does it?
It does not. The real story is a lot more sophisticated than that.
You know who's barely been in any of your stories? The huntsman.
For Sif, I nearly forgotten about the poor hunter.
Well, in my version of the story, the huntsman plays quite a large role.
Is that so?
All right, then, let's hear it.
Well, this story isn't one you hear, it's one you feel.
Is anyone else confused?
The rest of you might choose to hear your stories heard or spoken, but I prefer to hear my stories told through the art of movement.
Let me guess.
And now we dance. Make way for the hunt tapper. Snow White.
Nope, no way.
And I bet you have your own version that's a lot more action-packed.
You got it. That's for Indiana Jones and the Apple of Doom. It was a typical afternoon. The four scholars had left Snow White at the college and returned to work. All but one, anyways. Ha ha! I bet see you again. There's a venturing to do, and there's only one person that can do it. Indiana Jones. When I arrived home, I could tell something wasn't right. Snow White, are you there? Is everything all right?
Stop right there, Indiana Jones. I've got an apple and I'm not afraid to use it.
Put the apple down, evil queen, and no one has to get hurt.
Oh, I'll put the apple down, all right. In Snow White's mouth? No!
You'll never get away with this.
Looks like I just did.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Better be careful, Indiana Jones. Wouldn't want you to step on any of these snakes.
Snakes? I hate snakes.
Even if you can avoid the snakes, you didn't really think I'd come all this way alone, did you? Get 'em, guys.
2 against 1. I like those odds.
Good. Because I've grown tired of this game. See you back at home, guys.
You guys ready?
I guess. I hate so much to drink here, but whatever.
Then let's play. Tell your boss she'll never be the fairest of them all, and that title belongs to Snow White. She's still on her effects of the poison apple, and there's no antidote in sight.
Great.
I think all we have to do is remove the apple from Snow White's mouth. See, works like a charm.
Fingers.
Oh, Indiana Jones, you saved me.
That's just what I do, Snow White. That's just what I do. And I have a story of how I, Indiana Jones, saved Snow White.
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard.
It was better than your slapstick story.
Mine was the best. Heroes, villains, or mustaches.
No, mine was the best. Not sure you can beat a classic sort of ending.
Unless it's a mystery. Or magic.
Well, I suppose all the endings were great, and suffice to say, all of our differences. But I think there's one thing we can all agree on. The prince is useless.
Yep. For sure. Totally unnecessary. He's a cat. Why is he even in this story?
The prince just shows up at the end and saves the day. I don't think so.
Anyone come for a prince?
No!
it soundproof?